Do you like fantasy football and sports betting? Come join us here at the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast, where hosts Matt, Shane, and Jason talk about fantasy players, lineups, and sports betting to help you compete and win championships. And of course, some extra cash. Let's jump right into the show.
Whoa, baby. Some new intro music to the podcast. Shane, nice job, fella.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Chat, what's up, chat? Hey, Jason, where you at?
I'm in Dallas. I just started a new job and they have me in a hotel right now. Just got back from a team dinner and made it just in time for y'all boys.
And we are
Mandalay Bay over there.
Jason, Mandalay Bay. We are glad you made it back to the show for tonight's episode. Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast. It's Matt, Shane, and Jason. Of course, as always, us three going to do our things today. And before we really jump into the meat and potatoes of the podcast, I'll let you guys know that tonight we are going to cover the NCAA Final Four. And Shane cooked up a nice little surprise for us on tonight's show to make it a little bit longer rather than just talk about NCAA football. We are going to be going over the NFL wins and losses total record. And I think Shane has a little game dialed up for Jason and I for that. So we're going to do a way too early season totals of wins and losses for the NFL teams. But yes, we are glad to be back on the podcast, guys. Again, we are coming to you guys every Monday live on YouTube. Head on over to Fantasy Six Pack. Check that out. Click the subscribe, the notification bell, guys. It really helps out the program. It really, really does. And then when the season fires back up, we will probably go back to Tuesdays and record a couple different episodes for that as well. So we're excited on how things are rolling, how things are going. This is still kind of new to us, but we're kind of finally starting to fall into a groove with Fantasy Six Pack, who has partnered with us now. So head on over to fantasysixpack.net. Become an all-access member today. Use promo code Parlay FF to get a 15% discount on that membership, guys. The Discord alone that you get with that is just absolutely outrageous. The community continues to grow. We're happy to be a part of it, guys. And then head over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check out the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast. That is where we are for the audio side of things. Head on over there. Give us a 5-star review. Click the follow button and share with your friends, guys. We really appreciate all the support we've gotten so far, and we hope that this train continues to move north. I always reference train. It's kind of my thing.
Caboose Captain Matt and his sultry voice driving you through the highway here on Parlay Fantasy.
What do you guys think about, before we jump into the actual betting side here, what do you guys think about how the Elite Eight went? The Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight.
You know, Duke looked like it was a train that just would not stop running, Matt. I think that the caboose there was just out of control. Cooper Flagg played his worst game of basketball of the season, and they still won. And it's mostly because Bama didn't show up, which was sad for me because Bama was my pick to win it all. But, it was a little bit of a long shot, but I think that it was an interesting situation that all of the 1 seeds made it back for the first time.
And how long? It's been forever.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Let's see here. I had the note. Give me a second. Let me find my notes. It's the first time since since 07. Is that right, Jason?
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
But anyhow, yeah, it's been. Jason, what'd you think of it? What'd you think of those?
Well, you know what? For our listeners, I do live in Lubbock, home of Texas Tech, and was probably, I wouldn't say the biggest choke job, but they lost the game. I don't think Florida won it. Florida was the bigger team. Tech came out shooting. It was a tough thing to witness, especially living in the town and rooting for the hometown team, as one would say. But when you can't clutch up a 9-point lead with under 2 minutes left in the game, it hurts, especially when you can't make your free throws. But hey, I'm excited for the Final Four. I think we do have the four best teams that you could possibly get, or the four hottest teams there. I'm looking forward to the matchups that we're going to go over here shortly.
All right, fun fact. It was 08.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the team that won was only like 45 minutes away from me. The Kansas Jayhawks with Brandon Rush, Mario Chalmers.
Oh,
Mario
yeah.
Chalmers.
That's when they played. Was that Memphis?
Yeah, they played Memphis. And Jamie,
Yeah.
I feel like if you didn't have chalk, your entire bracket was just shot almost instantaneously.
That was DeRozier, right? Where Chalmers hit the three to tie it up late.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
That was a damn good game. That was a
amazing.
Very good game. That was really fun to watch.
And also noted, this is the most, I think, the favorites have won and covered in recent betting history for the March Madness tournament.
But not the public. The public is having its worst year in NCAA tournament history, guys, which is wild considering the favorites are cleaning house.
Yeah. Completely off topic, though, Jay. Nothing to do with basketball. Actually, the Texan Children's Open. Minwoo Lee letting him cook, the chef, getting it done for his first PGA Tour win.
I'm really tired of being a tournament too damn early.
Yeah.
I was on Minwoo the week before, and I was like, I'm not betting him again. And of course,
he has been playing some good golf, but to hold off Scotty Scheffler like that, and then Gary Woodland, just an absolute beast of a PGA player, one of the most humble dudes. He's from Kansas, where Shane and I currently live. It was really good to see him kind of get back to form. What'd you think of Minwoo?
Gary Woodland, Tempo Town, baby. He refound his swing. I'm glad to see him back and competing. Minwoo, to hold off Scotty, I know he had a big lead and whatnot going into it, but when Scotty's hunting you down, you saw the nerves on 16 where he basically sliced that ball 40 yards right into the water. I thought that was the end of it, and then he bogeyed that. He damaged control right there. Parred out. That's all you have to do to win a tournament, and I'm happy for him, especially when you go over the green on 18. You got to get up and down, puts it to 6 inches, something like that.
Yeah,
it's tournament. I love it for him. I'm happy for him, and now his sister can't hold that over him,
over his
not
head.
winning. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that little document or that little deal on Full Swing where his sister was with him, and it was. I'm very happy for Minwoo, man. He's such a
toxic family members.
Yeah, it's more of like a running joke with him, But I'm just real happy for Minwoo. That was good to see him get his first W, and I'm sure there's probably gonna be more to come because he's 26, 20,
and
26?
Can hit the ball like nobody else can.
Yeah, it's wild. It is absolutely wild.
He is 26th. Also, what nationality is he?
Australia.
Yeah. Come on.
That's Shane. You got to
get out of here.
Shane. You got to
catch you. I was trying to catch you sleeping.
Take it
off. Catch. Yeah, nah, son. Time out now. All right. So let's jump into our NCAA picks here. Who wants to go first? I think we all are pretty close to the same, but maybe have different reasons.
Yeah.
I'll start off. I'll be real quick. Hey, my pick, I'm going to go with who I had in my one bracket. We can get back to this. I don't know if y'all do multiple brackets. I think it's only fair if you do one bracket. 2? Okay.
I only do one.
That's a discussion for a later time. I think 1 is justifiable to where it's like, hey, that's your bracket. But I like Houston in the matchup versus Duke at +5. I like them even money line to win outright that game. The reason I like them is because they're older. They beat up on Tennessee. I like an older team that has experience that is this far into a tournament. Duke is young. Duke is the hip pick. They have Cooper Flag and whatnot. But you saw what Houston just did to a Tennessee team that had been elite and dominant all year. They shut them down, held them to 50 points. Yes, Tennessee did have an off shooting night, but when you have older, experienced players, I think they're going to give the young Duke team a tough time. And I think they will move on to the national championship and even win it outright. So also give me Houston outright at plus 400 to win it all. I know they haven't won a national championship in a hot minute. They've been to the Final Four, but they can't ever get over that hump. I think this is the year that they do that in Houston. So, hey, I know I'm a Houston not bandwagon, Houston homer, but at this time I have no affiliation with the University of Houston. I'm just rooting for them.
Downtown from H-Town, Jason with the heater. He is right. Houston is the right side to be on. I am on Houston +5 as well. But my team to win is a little different, just like it was earlier. Look, here's a fun thing. The team that beats Duke does not win afterwards. And so this is completely a play on the numbers. After defeating Duke, teams are 3-11 in the past 16 years.
Is that
in the
outright?
tournament? In the tournament, straight up.
Straight up. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So I'll take Houston to, I'm taking them +5, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they have a chance to win. And if they get it done, I'm going to fade them. And I'm going to take Florida to win. So chomp Gators all the way. That was one of my brackets. One of my two, Jason. One of my two brackets, which is fine to have. I think 2 is the perfect number. It's not my fault that one's the 97th percentile and the other one's the 69th percentile.
I wonder why.
I just got to do it.
All right, so I'll jump in here. I'm on these two guys' side with Houston. I like Houston +5. I go along a lot with Jason's points here. Houston being a more veteran team. This is going to go one of two ways. Houston isn't a team that is just going to absolutely blow out a team like Duke, right? I know they just kind of blew out Tennessee, but they've never really been that caliber of a team all year. They've had a few blowouts, but nothing like crazy. Duke is not the kind of team that a Houston team is going to blow out of the garden, right? Duke is a gigantic team. They are huge, right? They're all their players are tall. They're all tough. We know what Cooper Flagg brings to the table. When he plays bad, he still somehow plays good. He deserves all the accolades that he got this year. And Duke is just that caliber of a team. But Houston, being more veteran, they've been around here longer. I feel like if they find a way to slow down Cooper Flagg and that Duke team, I feel like Houston will win this game and they will cover. I think after last game, you can see some of the flaws that Duke has presented. And I think Houston can exploit that. They're an excellent defensive team. And even if they trail in a lot of games, you never really feel like Houston is out of the matchup. They always find a way to come back and either one win or one or two keep it really, really close. So I like Houston at +5. I like the veteran leadership that they got there. And I think they find a way. Kelvin Sampson is a fantastic coach. I think they find a way to get it done against Duke. The other matchup there, I do like Florida. I'm on Shane. I like Florida -2.5 here. Auburn hasn't looked dominant the last couple games they've played in the tournament. Janai Broom got hurt, and everybody thought that he was going to miss the rest of the tournament. And then 5 minutes later, he comes running back out on the court.
That looks scary.
That looks
scary.
It did. And to be honest with you, that kind of stuff annoys the crap out of me, bro. Either you're hurt and you're hurt bad, or you're not hurt, right? Sitting on the floor for 5 minutes and then telling your coach, I'm done. And then going back to the locker room and then sprinting back out 5 minutes later. Like, that kind of stuff annoys the crap out of me. But that's neither here.
You're a football
he
player
was
talking to a basketball player.
Yeah. To be fair, he was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He literally can't use his other arm. Like the arm that he hurt, the rest of the game he was like rebounding one-handed. Like he was
yeah.
Like he was playing hurt. He was just toughing it out. Like I'll give him props on that. It was the X-ray.
It was the X-ray coming.
Yeah,
maybe he was just scared. Maybe he was just scared.
Somebody told him, "Hey, we have to go get you looked at," and he was like, "All right, fine." And then as soon as they were like, "Hey, there's nothing here," he was like, "Yo, I'm out of here. Like I'm gonna go play."
Well, and then it makes it look weird. Like you could tell when he mouthed to Bruce Pearl, "I'm done." Like I'm done, and he kept shaking his head and all this and that, and then he comes back out and drains a 3-pointer. Like I get it. I get it. You're a little scared in the moment. You think something worse may have happened, which that's probably the way he was thinking. But neither here or there. If he is still injured, going against a Florida team that has kind of struggled but finds a way to come back, like they're a talented team. I think with that injury setting in for a week for Janai Broome, I think he will be achy. I think there will be some pains. And if he's not out there, that team, or if he's not playing at 100%, I think Florida's going to take care of business. So I like Florida minus 2.5 there. Shane, your stat about the Duke thing, though, scares me because I was going to take Houston to win it all. It makes me want to lean the other way, though. No, I'm still going to stay Houston. I'm going to stay Houston. But that stat does scare the living crap out of me. So
Florida is huge, too.
What's really fun,
it causes teams problems.
What's really fun is that it is a home game for Houston. Playing in
San Antonio.
Yeah. I will take Houston, though, just to win it all. And those are going to be my picks.
All right. Now to the fun part. Fellas, are you ready for a game? Listen, we're calling this way too early because the draft hasn't happened yet. Some of these teams, you wouldn't actually place these bets. Some of them you can because we know what the players are going to be for these teams. You're not banking on, a rookie stepping in for the Chiefs at quarterback and it turning around their season. Browns. But it can help. It can help. So a lot of people will hold off on placing futures bets, especially over-unders, if you can place them in your state for the season until after the draft has happened. But we're going to do a fun little shot here where we call our way too early out of the baskets of the early numbers. So we are going to call this, Jason, what was my worst group called? You remember? Wasn't it bottom of the barrel?
Bottom of the barrel, yeah. Mm-hmm.
These are your bottom of the barrel picks, guys. This is over under 5.5 wins.
Ooh.
That means they're expected to get like 3 wins in division. That's rough.
That's bad.
You got the Titans who are picking 1. You got the Jets with newfound quarterback Justin Fields. You have the Cleveland Brownies, which shocker, they're there again, and the New York Giants. Listen, the rule is you can only pick 1. And just to add a little spice to this, Matt, we're going to go counterclockwise. So Jason will pick first, and then whatever he picks, you cannot pick that same team.
Oh, that's rough.
And
so
then
we're going
the next pick,
over?
you're gonna go first, and then I'll go last. I'll go last constantly. I'll just It's the burden of the host. I'll take whoever's the worst that's left. But I will read them off again just for those of you that are listening. There are 4 5.5 over/under teams: the New York Giants, the Cleveland Brownies, the Tennessee Titans, and the New York Jets. So, of the 4 teams, Jason, it is your pick. Who would you prefer to hold the future for? Would you want over 5.5 on one of these teams? You could also take under 5.5 if you're like, that's a lot.
Oh, okay. Under 5.5 Titans. Give me that.
Ooh.
Yeah, give me that. I was like, if we're going over, that was going to be. If we're going over, I'll throw this out there. I'll give one of each. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, do one of each.
Okay. And Matt, we can do the same ones. It don't matter. I was going to do under Titans and over Giants.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, I like the Giants this year. I think they have the pieces. They were missing a quarterback. As long as Tommy DeVito or some bum isn't going to be the QB1 there.
They have Russ, and they have Jameis, and they have Tommy DeVito. Do you have any confidence in any of the 3 of those players?
To get 6 wins, yeah.
They won't throw the ball when the Italians in the game.
Listen,
because he's throwing pizzas to his out there.
I was 1 billion% going to say under 5.5 for the Titans. I think they're gonna have the worst record in the year, but I will switch that up. I will say if I can't use the Titans, Shane, I will say under 5.5 for the Giants.
You're the opposite of Jason.
I want to say the Browns, but I just
The Browns. It's up in the air if they get a
it's their
QB.
defense. If Myles Garrett stayed there, with Myles Garrett staying there, it makes me a little nervous. But listen, the Giants. No, I'm going to switch it. I'm going to go under 5.5 for the Browns. I'm going to go under 5.5 for the Browns, and I'm going to go. I'm going to go over 5.5 for the Jets.
All right,
I like that.
Right.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you took literally both my picks, Matt. So cool, dude. You know what? The reason I was going to pick the Browns, let me just put this way. I don't think a rookie quarterback can go into that division and win 3 games. I don't think it's possible. I don't think you can do that in Cleveland. I don't think that team is good enough. I don't think there's a talent there. So, like, I'd be comfortable betting this number now, and it's one of the only attractive prices of the teams that are at that 5.5 mark at -120. So,
it's just scary if they go trade for Kirk Cousins or if they do something.
If they do something weird, it is the Browns.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jason took over for the Titans.
Under for the Titans.
Oh, you took under for the Titans. I would take over for the Titans.
Whoa.
The division's not that great.
Well, they got nobody, dude. Like, they got nobody but Calvin Ridley. I mean, they traded away like
Westbrook is decent.
Westbrook, get the hell out of here. Westbrook, guy, get out of here, son.
Look, I think that you're overlooking how poorly that division is built. You're talking about
no, that's fine. Yeah, no, I get it. But listen, Will Levis is not that dude. And they traded away offensive linemen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your choice.
I'm just saying I think there's a shot here. That roster is pretty devoid of talent, but as far as the divisions go, and what I have still left to choose from because you guys yoinked mine, I'm gonna take the Titans over 5.5 because it's the bottom of the barrel here, and I'm staring at it. And then I'm gonna take. Who am I taking this under? I'm gonna take the Jets under. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna take the Jets under.
It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult trying to mix it up on every pick.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Jason. But that's how the cookie crumbles. I think that Justin Fields maybe has a Cinderella story, except for the opposite direction here.
Oh, okay.
Joe said, "Yeah, under 5.5 for Titans for sure."
See,
we know Joe. Okay, I had to pick one. All right. All right.
Joe threw up in his mouth whenever
Joe was like,
"Say that."
How dare you? on this website? No. All right. Here's the most bet plays. Here's your most bet one. New York. Oh, just kidding. New England Patriots over 7.5 wins. Houston Texans under 9.5 wins. Dallas Cowboys over 7.5 wins. Minnesota Vikings over 8.5 wins. These are currently some of the most bet lines. Oh, I'll throw one more in. We'll have 5 this round. Los Angeles Rams over 9.5 wins. These are some of the most bets. So we got the Rams at 9.5, the Titans at 8.5, the Texans at 9.5, the Cowboys at 7.5, and the Patriots at 7.5. What do you got?
I thought you said Cowboys somewhere in there.
Cowboys, Pats, Cowboys, Texans, Vikings, Rams. That is where a lot of money is coming in right now, just from what I'm looking at. Matt, you get first pick. Who are you taking?
Do I choose all of those? One out of all those?
No. One over, one under.
I will take the Patriots over 7.5.
That's the most bet.
I've got
most bet world.
I do have I've got a lot of confidence in Drake May this year. If they can get him one more weapon, I think the Patriots could be sneaky good this year.
Is Steph going to be Steph though?
That's the wonder. That's the question. That is the question. To be honest with you, I would have preferred that they did not go and get him. I understand why they did, but I would have preferred them not to and just see what they could get out of the draft or a trade later on down the road. But I understand why they did go get him. But I still have confidence in the Patriots. I will take the over on 7.5 on them. And what did you say the line was for the Cowboys and the Rams?
And Cowboys is a fantastic 7.5 games, Matt. And the Rams is 9.5.
What'd you take? What was the Texans?
Texans is also 9.5.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, Jason.
I like these. These are like
under.
all of like the middling. These are like the middling. They're not the elite teams. You guys can't see my hands now because we changed the boxes. We're just trying some things here. But yeah, so like it's the middle teams. That's
Yeah,
what this basically is.
I will take the. I'll take the under on the Texans. As much as I don't want to, I'm going to take the under there. I hope that I'm wrong because I do like the Texans, but CJ Stroud just did not look right to me. I know he had a lot of injuries on the offensive side last year, but they traded away a couple offensive pieces. Don't know what the health of Tank Dell's going to be like even when he comes back. Nico Collins is obviously a top 5 wide receiver. I really love Nico. I just don't know what it's going to look like there next year. So I will take the under of that. I'm a little too nervous to take the under on the Rams. I think the Rams are going to be another team that's sneaky. So I will take the under on the Texans.
Jason, you get to go again. What do you got for me?
I'm doing under on the Vikings this year. I think they overperformed last year, especially with JJ not knowing what he is like, especially in an NFL uniform. We saw glimpses of it in the preseason. I'm not buying into it on his actual rookie season, to be honest. So give me the under for the Vikings, and I'm pretty sure their schedule is going to be a lot harder next year or this upcoming season. Is it? Because schedules aren't out, but the teams are playing, right?
Yeah, didn't they get aren't they technically the 2 seed though in their conference or in their division? Because they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't win it outright. Yeah, correct. Yeah, I don't trust a rookie quarterback this year, especially JJ. JJ's the game manager. I don't think they can manage a game like that. Yes, I do trust their coaching staff. Brian Flores on the defensive side does still scare me. So I'm hesitant on that, but I don't think he is able to do what Sam Darnold did last year. So give me the under for that, especially in that division. Then give me the over on the Cowboys at 7.5. I think Dak comes and finds it. I know it's kind of scary to pick that, especially in that division where all those teams are getting better besides the Giants, even though I have them winning over 5.5 games. I think the Cowboys find a way to get to that number. I think that division is going to be a race for the second seed. I think Jaden will have a regression year, just like everybody has. I know he went all out this year, but we said the same thing about CJ Stroud. So once there's game film on teams, I think there's going to be a little regression there. I like Dak to come back and have a decent year, depending on what they do, and the hype around Scott. I can't even say his last name. Schottenheimer, is that it? Yeah. Will be shut up. I think they win 8 to 9 games.
Yeah, Dak's 30 pounds lighter, Jason. Is he going to be able to withstand the hits,
Shit, as long as he throws the ball to CD, I don't care what he does.
All right, so I'm going to take – I like Jason's play of the Vikings under. I'm going to take the Los Angeles Rams over 9.5.
Bold move, Cotton.
I know it is, but I am banking on the Rams to be aggressive during this draft. And at 9.5 now, the Rams are kind of like one of those teams looking at that buy now window and like, we got this quarterback who doesn't have that many years left on the ticker. Let's just go ahead and throw this pick at the wall and see what we can get for it. And I think we've seen them do that. We've seen McVay do that in the past with great success. What's to stop them from doing that now after they've already accumulated a ton of picks? I think that the Rams could seriously do some cool stuff here. as far as accumulating talent in a different way via the draft. So I'll take the over 9.5 plus Pucaniko is a freaking G. And then I'm gonna take the under on. I'm gonna take the under on the Dallas Cowboys. Uninspiring, overpaid. Jerry Jones is still meddling in that team way too much. I think
Agreed.
that it takes a fire to make a village, get rallied. I think that's what it's going to take is for the Cowboys to finish with like 6 wins in order for them to 6 or 7 wins for them to just burn the whole thing down and start over and tell Jerry that he has to check in somewhere. Wear that life alert bracelet. All righty, guys.
Real quick. Do you think just Micah Parsons traded or contract extension?
I don't know how they have the money to pay Micah.
Pick one, real quick.
I'm going to say traded.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's.
They'd rather trade him. It's going to be a terrible trade. They're going to get nothing back for him. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. All right, we're going to do the upper echelon. We have the Bills, the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Baltimore Ravens. Sorry, Matt. And the Detroit Lions. I was only going to do 11.5 wins. I have one more. Bengals. So the top 16. Bengals, Bills, Chiefs, Eagles, Ravens. Yeah. Is that all right? Oh, Lions. I forgot the Lions again. Damn. All right. Whose turn is it? Is it Jason's? I think it's Jason's. Jason, what you got?
What are the totals?
11.5 for everybody except for Detroit and Cincinnati. They're both 10.5. Yeah. And I could have added another 10.5 here, but I really don't want to.
Regression year for the Eagles. Give me under the 11.5. I think they win 10 games, and over for the Bengals. I think they win 11 games plus this year with Joe Shiesty.
Ah, dang! I don't like how you get to go first. You picked both of my picks. Okay, well, I'll just go. I'm going to say under 11.5 for the Chiefs. I know that they just made the Super Bowl and they were all
the Super Bowl loser.
Yeah, and they, they're the team. They're the team that everybody talks about. So I'm going to say the under on that 11.5. I still think they're going to be good. They're going to make playoffs, but I'm going to take the under on the Chiefs, and then I am going to take the over on the. I'll take the over on the Bills since Jason took mine.
Ooh, okay. That means I get the fun one. Give me the damn Lions. Lions over 10.5 wins. I'm going to bite your kneecaps off because they're coming in hot. That was the one I was literally just hoping no one was going to pick. I was like, I would like to pick the Chiefs, but it's homery. Yeah, give me the Lions. I think that they have just oodles of riches in talent there, and will continue to expand on that in what is. Also, I just used the word oodles. Gross.
You did.
I was like, oh, that was cringe.
Yeah, that made me cringe. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I'm just gonna end the stream here. Just kidding. Let me see. Did either of you pick the Bengals under?
No, I picked the Bengals over.
I would take the Bengals under.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
You're spending too much money on 3 players. It's
on the same side of the ball.
On the same side of the ball. You have one of the worst defenses in football. Your number 1 defensive player wants out of there. Your offensive line's been trash. I just don't understand the picture, and it just seems very. It seems like the Bengals want to be the Jets so freaking bad. That's what it seems like to me. They just want to play the game like it's Madden.
Let them do it. Let's see what happens.
I want the Bengals to be good. I want them to be a rivalry with the Chiefs. I want it to happen. I want them to be good so that they have something to actually back up their arguments and their fire, but they're not. So it just bumps me out that this number is what it is.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, while we're on the AFC North conversation, do you have any thoughts about your Steelers and QB1, Matt? Real quick.
No.
Should have been Justin Fields. Should have been Justin Fields.
I don't have any thoughts. I mean, I think I know what they're going to do, and I think I know what's playing out. I think if Aaron Rodgers doesn't retire, he's going to sign for 1 year, and then they're going to draft probably. I would say if Jackson Dart makes it there, they'll draft him, or they really like Jalen Milroe, which not a big fan of. I think you just get another Anthony Richardson 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But you can't have freaking Kyle Rudolph be your starting quarterback or Skylar Thompson. They're just not. Mm-hmm. They're not the guys.
Wait, isn't it Mason Rudolph?
I'm sorry, Mason Rudolph. Yeah. Mason Rudolph. See, I don't. That's how much I hate him. That's how much I hate him.
I was like, hold on. I think there's an interesting storyline there. I think Jackson Dart. If he's there, the Steelers get incredibly lucky. That's one of my favorite bets for the NFL draft is the over 3.5 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be there, but I know they did some meets with Jalen Milroe, and I just
wait in the first round.
I don't know what's going to happen if I really don't know what's going to happen, dude. I'm not a big fan of Jalen Milroe. I could be proven wrong. I just see Anthony Richardson all over again.
Wait, what are the 4 quarterbacks? You're saying Ward.
Dart,
you're saying
Dart,
Shedeur,
Ward, Shedeur, and Jalen Milroe
in the first round.
Quarterbacks to be drafted. Quarterbacks.
That's what they're calling. That's what they're calling.
That's what is happening, Jason. You haven't been plugged in, my guy. But that is what they're calling for. That is the amount that they are advertising.
Oh God, I need to be an NFL GM.
Well, I mean, if your name is Brick Johnson? If your name's Brick Johnson, you can just run it like a Madden thing.
I mean, if the GM for the Giants just listened to his son, he'd be fine.
Wouldn't you rather have Saquon Barkley?
Wouldn't you rather trade up and get Jaden Daniels?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. In retrospect, yeah, that seems like an interesting situation.
Yeah.
All right, you got another group of these things, Shane?
No, that was it. I just want to do bottom tier, middle tier, top tier. We'll address it as we get further along in the season.
Yeah. And we got a lot more dynasty talk coming up here in the next coming weeks. I do want to do a rookie mock draft before the draft so we can do like a,
pre-landing
that kind
spot
of situation.
Spot.
Yeah, pre-landing spot, after landing spot, exactly. So we're going to plan on that here in the near future. What the draft is April for? When is the draft? What date is it?
It's whatever the weekend of Mother's Day, right?
Yeah, I think it's that 14, 15, 16 or whatever.
24th, the 24th to the 26th.
Oh, okay. So okay.
The weekend after.
I don't know why I had that weekend in my head.
Sad that I had Mother's Day in my brain and not draft.
Huge day for the Green Bay economy.
Draft day?
Yeah, it's in Green Bay this year.
Is Johnny Manziel going to show up?
Yeah. Do you ever watch that movie Draft Day before the rookie NFL draft?
Phenomenal.
I watch it every year. I watch it every year before the draft.
And I know
Christmas.
This is besides the point. I wish they did more or like a documentary or a docuseries about like draft rooms and what they talk about going forward. I know people would get kind of upset and butthurt about all the things that they say about players and shopping picks. But I feel like whenever I see some of those clips about just shopping trades, it is the most interesting thing that you can do for an NFL, like a hardcore NFL fan like we are, their perspective of, okay, what do you want? Like, all right, cool, bye. Then just shopping it around, seeing what we get. That gets me going.
Yeah,
Dude,
what was it? Wasn't it the Vikings GM?
No, it was the Lions GM. That was shopping picks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, whoa. That was such a cool snippet of time that we got to see. Yeah, you know what I think is interesting is that Cam Ward is basically locked in to be pick 1.
Yep.
Then it's all hell breaks loose.
And then Abdul Carter is minus 200, minus 225.
I like him to the Browns. I like him to the Browns.
To be picked 2.
I am really curious as to, I've been hearing a lot of flurries going around about the running back situation for first round. Like, we know Ashton Genty's going first round, but you know, you got your guys like Omarion Hampton and so on and so. I'm interested to see how many running backs go first round, because I've heard some little snippets of maybe possibly 2 to 3 even going first round.
Do you think Ashton Genty goes top 10?
Yes.
Ooh, Matt, you should put money on that right now. It is plus 145 for him to go over, or to go. Oh, sorry, take that back. You should, if you think he's going to be in the top 10, it is a minus 180. My bad. I read that wrong.
Yeah, I think he's going to.
Okay.
Over 9.5 is plus 145. So if you think he's getting drafted outside the top 10, it's plus money in a big way right now.
He loves his running backs.
I think he's going. Yeah, I think he's going Raiders.
That's where Jackson Dart is currently projected 21.5.
I'd take that.
Matt, what pick do the Steelers have?
They're 21st, aren't they? Yeah, that's why I'm saying Jackson Dart, baby. I'd be happy with it, dude. I think the intangibles that he has is unreal. Like, he could learn and be a very good quarterback.
Yep.
What's his hand size? What's his hand size?
Bigger than Kenny Pickett. Bigger than Kenny Pickett.
That's not a minimum threshold for dealers.
Jason, my hand size is bigger than Kenny Pickett.
Hey, we need them hands to grow, my guy. Get some.
Yeah, get the Jalen Milroe treatment. Get those get the stretch going, my guy. But yeah, all right. I think that's it. We will hit the players next week. I will make up a whole thing of players, and maybe we'll do some like offensive rookie. We can't do offensive rookie of the year.
Well, isn't next week? Should we tease this? Isn't next week Masters week?
It is.
Yeah, we are gonna do a little bit of Masters teasing for next week with some picks. Yeah, Jason, get the little eyebrows going on. All right, so that's gonna wrap up tonight's episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to hear more things like this on the show as well, mixed in with some betting, let us know. We'd be more than happy to accommodate for that. Remember to head on over to fantasy6pack.net, get your all access membership. Head on over to Fantasy Six Pack YouTube channel, where we will be live every Monday until the season starts. Click that subscribe and that notification bell, and then head over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you guys listen to your audio podcast, and look up the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast. Give us a 5-star review, guys. It really helps the show, but at least subscribe and share with your friends so we can get more traction. That's what we want to do for you guys. Let us know what you guys think. We're going to keep doing our thing. You guys keep doing yours. Shane and Jason, y'all know what to do.
Yeah, hit the thumbs up button. It's free and it helps. Also, go bet like anybody to be the number 2 pick except for Abdul Carter. Just saying.
Houston +4 tonight against the Lakers. Peace, love from Dallas.
We love you all to the moon and back. Until next episode. Peace out.